Now we turn to something very different from the Lynx helicopter. We have not one, not two, not three, four, five, but 6 aircraft in the skies. Come on, Clacton, let's hear it. Welcome, Team Raven.
Flying RV8 aircraft for you this afternoon, powered by 180 horsepower engines. These aircraft had an excellent power-to-weight ratio, which combined with an efficient airframe, give this aircraft the performance and fighter-like handling to make it perfect for formation flying. The RVs are nicknamed hot rods in the sky. Hold on to your hats, this is likely to be an entertaining routine. Approaching the crowd in a Vic V formation with 5 aircraft in the V and the 6th aircraft flying behind. You've got 6 very capable pilots flying for this afternoon, led by Raven 1, Simon Sid Shirley. He's been the team leader since the very beginning, and he is known as one of the best display leaders in the world. Most military national teams would crawl over broken glass to get his experience and ability, according to Raven pilot Pete Wells. He's been in the Air Force all his professional life, flying fighters such as Tornadoes and training pilots on Hawks and Shooters. Rumour has it that he's been flying fighters prior to having a driving licence, as he joined so young. In his spare time, he used to train civilians at the formation school at North Weald, where Team Raven originated. All of the civilians on the team owe Sid a huge amount, and I think it's safe to say that when Sid is leading you, you're in very good hands, because the team would follow him just about anywhere. And Team Raven do like to go all over the place. They display in the UK and abroad. They have display bookings in Spain as well, and in fact in a couple of weeks' time they're flying down to Malaga for a week-long visit, and they're going to be taking their significant others with them, who will be flying on airlines to join them on the sunny Spanish coast. Centre of the crowd line now, we've got a duo pair of Ravens flying towards us directly in the middle of the seafront and pitching up one following the other. The smoke is trailing, flying very close formation as they roll over the top in beautiful synchronised harmony. Now that's Sid in Raven 1, and flying behind him is Raven 2, Patrick Wilson. He is the youngest and newest member of the team, joined at the beginning of this season. He's yet to realise how difficult it is, as he's a natural formation pilot and extremely likeable. He's also a commercial airline pilot and has maybe flown you on your holidays. Passing us in the centre of the beach, we've got 3 aircraft leading, with the 4th aircraft trailing around the smoke trail behind. And in position 3 is Pete Wells. He's the engineer for the team. He's been flying with the team since 2022. He has over 6,000 flying hours, mostly on tail dragger aircraft, and claims to have done more than 1,000 air displays, which is one of the most air displays than any air display pilot on the circuit. In position 4, we have Gerald Williams. Now, Gerald used to be super famous as a Welsh rugby player. He likes to organise the displays and is the main contact for show organisers. He's got an amazing sense of humour, but he's a great pair of hands behind the cockpit of the RV8. Despite never being in the military, he's trained largely with military pilots and has huge amounts of discipline and skill.
Yeah, good old Gerald likes to do all the organising. We all need a Gerald, don't we, to get us sorted. Raven 5, and you can see a wonderful shot as they come straight towards us now. on the commentary point with their lights on and their smoke trailing. Raven 5 this year is Russ Eastwell, an ex-Sea Harrier display pilot. As he likes to tell the team every weekend, he drops it into conversation. Well, you would, wouldn't you? He also displayed some of the Royal Navy's historical aircraft, including the Sea Hawk, then went on to display Rolls-Royce Spitfire. With an impressive military career in the Navy, when people ask if they're all ex-fast jet pilots, Sid always says Russ used to fly slow jet Harriers. So still some inter-service rivalry. Well, of course there would be. Russ joined the team over 3 years ago in 2022, the same year as Pete. That was a great pass from a pair of the Ravens right in front of us. Two now heading out quite a distance apart into the skies, up over the wind farm. We still have that formation of 4 just to our left. We're keeping an eye on them as well. But 2 big loops from the 2 directly in front of us.
So that's Raven 5 and Raven 6 flying in an opposition routine there. Raven 6 is Mark Sutherland, but his nickname is Bradford Pitt because, yes, he comes from Bradford. He's an ex-Tornado bomber pilot, and he's a tireless worker doing all of the admin paperwork jobs on the team that no one else likes to do. The team like to nickname him Captain Slow, not because he's a slow flyer, but he's a little bit rubbish on the clock watching and is always last to join the crew bus. He's a great team player, great sense of humour, and I think we can sense there's real camaraderie between the Ravens.
Ravens 5 and 6 now flying from right to left, coming right in front of us. A lovely shot. Banking up into the sky, the smoke is trailing. The smoke getting a little lost in the clouds, the darker grey patchy cloud now that's just drifted in front of us. There's still plenty of blue around, but quite a lot of heavy cloud, making quite a nice backdrop actually to the display.
And crowd centre, we've got a 4-ship formation coming directly towards us. The smoke's been switched on. You can see the light of the lead aircraft with Sid flying up front there, as they go from a 4-ship formation to a crossover and a split.
Beautiful, in 4 different directions. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. I think the guys are having a good time today, as always.
And rejoining the centre line, we've got Ravens 5 and 6 pulling up, smoke trailing, and straight over the top. And pitching out towards the J-Wig end of the beach. Now you can hear as they pull up the roar of that 180 horsepower engine. It's got great capabilities, and because the aircraft has a fantastic power to weight ratio, it really is like a hot rod in the sky.
I must ask, next time we speak to one of the guys or the Firebirds, the people that fly these self-build aircraft, I must ask how long it takes to put it together, because, you know, I've had flat-pack furniture before that's taken days, and I just wonder how long it takes to build your own aircraft.
It's a very good question. We know that Rich Goodwin spent 4 years building and modifying his jet pits.
Oh, that's nice, those 3 members of Team Raven.
In fact, the RV aircraft are one of the most popular self-build aircraft in the world, if not the most popular.
The precision of that manoeuvre as they just looped round, now going back up into the sky with the 3 trails of smoke, one from each aircraft. You can see that the aircraft are exactly the correct distance away from each other because the smoke wouldn't lie, and we can see the route that the aircraft are taking, and it looks absolutely pinpoint accuracy, doesn't it?
And that pinpoint accuracy comes from lots and lots of practice, not just in the air, but also on the ground. You may have seen on the social media some of the pilots have been sharing videos of them doing walkthroughs on the ground.
Now 2 of our Ravens have split away. with their smoke on, and they are in the sky, drawing a great big heart. And just before the two meet at the bottom of the heart, to complete the heart, we have a third Raven piercing it like an arrow through the centre of the heart, with the smoke just making it look like it's gone right through the centre of the heart. That was special. Was that for me or you?
I think that's the love of Clacton. The pilots tell me that they only perform at shows that they like, they only return to shows they like, and the fact they've been returning to Clacton year on year, I think this is their fourth or fifth appearance here at Clacton over the last few years. They really do love it here.
So that heart was for all of us.
And then we've got a fan break with 3 aircraft doing what looks like derry turns in front of the centre of the beach, looping circles in the sky with their smoke trailing. It's a little bit cooler this afternoon, but on very hot days the pilots have to pay lots of attention to the engine performance and power. They can get overheated in the hot weather, so what they do is they make sure they only start the aircraft up at the last minute. They don't sit there with the engines running too long. They keep an eye on that to make sure that they don't overheat. And there they go, flying away into the distance over Clacton Pier. The Team Raven making their way over to Earl's Calm.
One more chance as they line up in formation. Isn't that lovely how we saw them gathering together in the skies and then coming perfectly together in one line as they soar above us. The smoke goes on. How about that, Clacton? Let's hear it for Team Raven. One by one, peeling away and into the distance in front of us. So fascinating to see how all 6 just came together in the skies to our left, turned and then flew in such...
Now, the Ravens absolutely love it here at Clacton, as we were saying. I was chatting to Pete Wells about it, and he was saying what he loves about it here is you take off from Clacton Aero Club, you turn left, and within 35 seconds from takeoff, you're already running in for your display. He said Clacton is the most brilliant amphitheatre. He loves the curve of the coastline with a pier at the far end. He can see the audience down on the beach, and he absolutely loves it that when they land, they can walk along the seafront and have an ice lolly.
I'm like a bird. We've got Team Raven performing, and the seagulls just came really close to the commentary point there, and I think you'd have picked them up on our microphones. And all 6 now slightly separated. They've been past us once again on the commentary point. Well, now a seagull has landed on one of the bits of kit right there. It's a big old thing, isn't he? Probably thinking, what is going on with our skies today? You know, what is all this noise?
I think they're in the search for some chips as well.
Yeah. Keep your chips closely guarded if you're enjoying some of the sea. Add your ice creams.
So the Ravens won't get an ice cream this afternoon because they're flying back to Earl's Calm to refuel on their way